coffee cup is still on you to share. Your picture's still beside my bed. I keep telling myself you're gone, but my heart won't listen yet. Every corner of this house still carries pieces of your name. Nothing here has really changed, except everything. I still reach for you without thinking. You left me here with all the dreams we made. You left me here with all the words we never said. You took tomorrow when you left, and left me yesterday. You left me here, and I don't know how to stay. The nights are longer than before. The silence cuts a little deeper. I never knew a single goodbye could leave a wound like this. People say that time will heal, but time just moves along. And every day without you here feels a little wrong. The world keeps turning, mine stands still. You left me here with memories I can't outrun. You left me here, still missing what we've done. I keep hearing your voice in every empty room. You left me here, still loving you. I would've walked through any storm. I would've stayed through anything. But some battles can't be won when only one heart remains. You left me here. That's the truth I can't escape. Not the tears, not the pain, not the promises that break. Just waking up each morning to a life that feels unclear. You left me here, and part of me disappeared. beside me every night, still wore the smile I used to know, still said all the right words, but something felt so cold. I kept blaming life and circumstance, believing we'd be alright, never realizing I was watching your love slowly die. I was holding on to someone already gone. You were gone before you left, gone before goodbye, gone while I was still believing everything was fine. I was still loving you with all my heart and soul. You were gone before you left, and I was the last to know. Now every memory looks different. Now I finally understand why your touch felt unfamiliar when I reached for your hand. I was fighting for forever. You were counting down the days. One of us was building bridges, one was walking away. You stopped seeing a future. I never stopped dreaming. You were gone before you left, gone without a sound. I was standing in our story while you were shutting it down. I kept praying love would save us. You stopped believing so. You were gone before you left, and it hurts to finally know. The cruelest kind of heartbreak isn't losing someone overnight. It's discovering they've been leaving for a very long time. You were gone before you left. That's the truth I can't escape. Not the tears, not the silence, not the memories that remain. Just knowing I was giving you everything I had to show. You were gone before you left, and I never knew. You were gone before you left, but I loved you to the end. beside me that evening, like every other day before. We talked about tomorrow, like tomorrow was still ours. You smiled when I said goodbye and disappeared into the night. I never knew that simple moment would be our last goodbye. No walls, no final chapter, just an ending I couldn't see. I didn't know it was the last time, the last time I'd see your face, the last time I'd hear you laugh, watch you walk away. If I had known that moment would become a memory, I would have held on forever. I would have never let you leave. Now I replay that night in silence, searching every little frame, trying to find the sign I missed, trying to stop the pain. But life doesn't tell us when we're making our last memory. It just lets the moment pass and leaves us with the ache, the hardest goodbyes are the ones we never knew were goodbye. I didn't know it was the last time, or I'd have stayed a little more. I'd have listened a little longer before you reached the door. I would have said all the words I thought I had ears to say. I didn't know it was the last time, and now you're gone away. Isn't it strange? We spend our lives believing there'll always be another tomorrow, another chance, another conversation, until there isn't. I didn't know it was the last time. That's the memory that remains. Not the tears, not the loneliness, not the endless rain. Just knowing I was standing there inside a moment so divine, and I didn't know I was living the last time. Ooh. face another day. Just knowing you were in my life made everything okay. You were the light inside my darkness, the calm inside my storm, the one place in this world that always felt like home. Then one day, home disappeared. You took the best of me, the part that used to shine, the part that still believed in love, would somehow survive. Now I walk these empty roads, trying to find what's left to see. You took the best of me the day you left me. The mirrors show the same reflection, but I don't feel the same inside. There's a version of me that left the moment you said goodbye. Friends say time will heal the damage. Maybe someday it will, but tonight your memory feels stronger than my will. I lost more than your love, I lost part of myself. You took the best of me, the dreams I used to hold, the part that saw forever in every word you told. I gave you all I had to give, every heartbeat honestly. You took the best of me and left the rest to me. Maybe that's the hardest truth about loving someone completely when they leave. They don't just take their heart, they take pieces of yours too. You took the best of me, but I'd still do it all again. 'Cause even broken memories are better than never having them. And if loving you was my mistake, it's one I'll always keep. Because the best part of my life belong to you. You took the best of me, but you were also the best of me. Suitcase by the doorway says what neither of us wants to say. The silence in this room tonight feels heavier than yesterday. I keep looking at your face, trying to memorize every line, like somehow I can stop the clock if I hold you one more time. I know your heart is leaving, but mine still believes. Stay one more night, just a little longer. Stay one more night before goodbye gets stronger. Let me pretend we're still okay. Let me have one last sunrise. Stay one more night before you leave my life. Tomorrow you'll be gone, and I'll be left with photographs, trying to find a way to live inside the shadows of our past. I know I can't change your mind, I know I can't make you stay, but loving you is all I've known, and I don't know another way. The hardest part of losing you is knowing it's real. Used to sit beneath the stars, talking about the years ahead. You lean your head against my shoulder and whisper dreams instead. You painted pictures of forever so clear, so easy to believe. I never thought the hands that held me would be the hands that leave. I wasn't afraid of the future because you were in it. You promised you'd stay. You promised we'd grow old. You promised this heart would never face the cold. I built my world around your words, around the life we planned. You promised you'd stay. Now I'm alone again. Sometimes I read old messages, looking for the truth I missed, trying to understand how forever turned into this. Was it all a change of heart, or did forever have an end? Because I'm still standing here where you said we'd always stand. The hardest promises to break are the ones we believed. You promised you'd stay. You promised you'd be here. Now all that's left are memories and all these unanswered tears. I would have stayed beside you through every storm and pain. You promised you'd stay. But promises can change, yeah. I don't hate you for leaving. I hate that I still hear your voice. Every time I remember the promises we made, like they still belong to us. You promised you'd stay. That's the wound I can't erase. Not the nights you walked away, not the emptiness you made. Just Just knowing I trusted every word, every dream, every plan. You promised you'd stay, and I built my life around it. You promised you'd stay, and I believed you. Last time I saw your face, I didn't know it would be the last. I thought we'd find our way again, like we always had in the past. You walked away with your suitcase. I stood there with my heart, watching the person I loved disappear into the dark. You left with your footsteps, but something stayed behind. You left, but my love didn't. It's still right here tonight, still calling out your name, still holding on too tight. You found a way to leave me. My heart never learned how to. You left, but my love didn't. It still belongs to you. The seasons changed around me, the years kept moving on. Everyone says time heals, but some feelings stay strong. I've learned to live without you. I've learned to hide the pain, but every time I hear your name, it all comes back again. I've let go of your hand, but not of what I felt. You left, but my love didn't. It's still where you left it, still sitting in the silence, still reading old messages. You became a memory, but memories like everybody says they do. I'll still be grateful for every piece of my heart that once belonged to you. You left, but my love didn't.
Left your jacket in my room, your perfume in the air, little pieces of your presence, still pretending you were there. I kept the light on by the window, like you'd walk through that door again, like love was only taking a break and not coming to an end. I kept believing what my heart wanted to believe.
Truth I can't outrun. Every morning I kept hoping today would be the one. The phone never rang, the door never moved, you never came back, but my love never left you. Changed around me. Summer turned to winter rain. People stopped asking about you, but I still whispered your name. I told myself you needed space, until one day I realized you had already said goodbye. Some people leave suddenly, some leave through silence. You never came back, not after all the tears, not after all the nights I spent wishing you were here. Kept saving a place for you long after you were gone. You never except they're gone. You never came back. That's the part that still remains. Not the empty bed, not the photographs, not the endless rain. Just the hope I carried faithfully through every lonely night. You never came back. And somehow I still wish you might.
Said you needed time alone. Said it wasn't all my fault, but every word you left behind still echoes through these walls. I gave you every piece of me, every dream I had to give. Now I'm standing here alone, trying to learn how to live. You walked away so easily. I still don't understand. Why wasn't I enough? Why wasn't my love enough? I gave you all my heart, but it still wasn't enough. Was there something I missed? Something I couldn't see? Why wasn't I enough for you to stay with me? I still remember that last night, the way you wouldn't meet my eyes, like goodbye was already written before you said goodbye. And every day
again and again and again. Why wasn't I enough to make you stay?
To hold you like your whole world, like losing me would break your heart. You used to look at me like I was the answer from the stars. Now I replay those memories, trying to understand how someone who once loved me so much could let go of my hand. I still remember everything. Do you? Was I that easy to leave? Was I that easy to lose? After all the love we shared, was it that easy for you? I still carry every promise, every dream we used to see. So tell me, was I that easy to leave? I still know your favorite song, I still know your favorite place. I still remember little things time could never erase. But sometimes I wonder if I'm the only one who stayed, holding on to yesterday while you just walked away. I wasn't perfect, but I was real. Was I that easy to leave? Was I that easy to forget? Was I just another chapter, or something you regret? Because I'm still finding pieces of you inside of me. So tell me, was I that easy to leave? Maybe I'll never get the answer. Maybe I'll never understand how one heart keeps remembering while another never
I've cried, not the endless pain. Just knowing I would have stayed through every storm we'd ever see. So tell me, was I that easy to leave? Or was loving me never enough to make you stay?
There's a house that only exists inside the corners of my mind. A front porch, a quiet sunset, the future we designed. I can still see us laughing there, growing older year by year. A beautiful little world that disappeared. You didn't just leave me, you took tomorrow too. I still mourn the life we never had, the dreams that never came alive, the mornings we were meant to share, the years that passed us by. I don't just miss your love tonight, I miss everything we planned. I still mourn the life we never had, and I don't know if I ever can. I pass by places we talked about, the places we'd someday go. Funny how a simple street can hurt more than people know, 'cause every corner holds a future that never got the chance to be. 1,000 unwritten memories still waiting inside me. Some heartbreak comes from losing someone, some comes from losing forever. I still mourn the life we never had, the story left untold, the hands we never got to hold when we were growing. just a memory of forever that never came true.